All right, Chad, we're here. Welcome, everybody, to Comic Book Women. Sorry we ran a few minutes late, but it'll be worth it because we are going to have a special guest host joining us here in a few minutes. But before we get started, quick shout out to our sponsors over at Cover Price. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring the show. If you use the code Flipside on their site, you get 2 months of their unlimited membership for $1.99 a month. And let's see, what else? Jen, how's your day?
Busy as normal.
Yeah. It's been kind of like during the season, don't you try to like slow down, but then everything seems to go so fast anyways. Like you just.
Well, again, working for a comic shop, and tomorrow's Wednesday, so it's a lot of prep. And I was trying to prep the wall, and I try to always push it, but then I have to get going. So.
I think we got Trish. Trish, can you hear us?
Yay, I can hear you now.
Perfect. Good timing, too, because we're just starting the show. Jen was telling us how she's just been super busy working at the shop, getting things ready for Wednesday. How have you been, Trish? I hear you've been doing like a whole lot of nothing lately.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
We just hit, I just finished drawing Stray Dogs Dog Days 2. So the deadline for that is next week. Knock on wood. I still have one more thing to do. Hopefully I can get it done. But yeah, I got myself a new laptop, and I'm figuring out the, little sound settings and stuff. Hopefully this is better than my old one. My husband will have to stop doing what he's doing so that I can use the internet.
You're super clear. Super, super clear. You're coming in good.
Oh, excellent. I didn't even upgrade the headphones or anything. It's just this little laptop. It's I got it for artwork and stuff. So it's good for graphics and stuff like that. It's a Surface Pro Studio.
Very nice. You deserve it. With how much you've been working lately, it's crazy. We got to see Trish Forstner and Tony Fleece's Dog Day #2 cover that they did for us. I got to see the official cover today. I know, Jen. I will send it to you and Lucy. I promise. I was barely we got it today, and it just got so busy, but it's badass. I'm very, very excited. I'm
very happy with it. It came out really good.
Right? It came out better than I thought it was going to. Trish gives me teasers along the way, but then seeing the finished piece, it's like, holy hell, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I thought that for whatever reason, I thought that the purple and the lime green were flipped, but and then I looked at it again and I was like, wait. Okay, well, it still looks cool. So
yeah, it works. I pulled it up. I'm like, this is so cool. But anyway, guys, let's see who we have in the chat. JT Key Comic, welcome on in. Chad, hello, good to see you. Paul, welcome in. Ronnie, hello. Lucy's in the house. She's taking care of her little man. He's not feeling well. Mojo Quid, welcome in. Ace Cable, hello. Yeah, it's good to have you guys in. If you're not familiar with the show, we typically just spotlight a different female character, artist, or creator, but tonight we're going a little outside the box. This is the first time we've done a male character. Well, unless, what are you thinking?
Well, okay. There's a character that we wanted to do, but if we do that character, it's a spoiler, so we have to wait.
Was Lucky the Pizza Dog on Nerdvana, or was that here?
That was here.
That was here.
That was on the border. That's a border. Animals,
We're tiptoeing across that line a little bit, but
I mean, we couldn't do that character we wanted to do. It'd be considered a spoiler, even though everyone who reads the comics kind of already knows. But there's people who don't, and so darn it.
And they'll get angry with us, and yeah.
Oh boy.
So this is a compromise. Doing this character is a compromise.
I agree. I think this is kind of it's right there. Trish, great job on Stray Dogs. Huge fan. That's coming from Dollars, Comics, and Cards.
Thanks.
everybody's just a huge fan of Stray Dogs, man. That's all I can say. It's such a cool story. Really looking. Oh, we're launching the Stray Dogs Dog 2 exclusive on Thursday, which is odd for us. We don't usually do that.
Why? Why not now?
I know. I told Anthony that. I was like, let's just do it right this second. But then people will be like, well, you didn't give me enough time. You didn't give me a heads up. And, you know.
But, this show is an hour long.
Yeah. Anyone get Animal Castle?
I unfortunately did not. So
I know. I felt so bad. I was like, you know who has a lot, though? Mel. I wonder if Mel would hook up Trish.
They can do
I
a
still
swap.
gotta hook him up.
Yeah.
We could do a trade.
Swap. That's the swap. You're gonna swap. You're like, hey, I'll do this, and then I get this, and we're all evens.
Yeah, it works. Okay, well, let's see here.
Okay, it's funny because Kingpin, some people don't think we're gonna get him in Hawkeye, but we've already gotten more of him than because everyone was like, oh, like Mephisto, we didn't get Mephisto. That was like tease. And like, nah, we didn't really get tease Mephisto. People just went there, I think. And they wanted it because they're like, oh, they want that to be the master manipulator, right? But with Kingpin, we've got a hand and a voice. So that's way more than we got from Mephisto.
We have physical evidence.
The voice, but the voice is it's oh shoot. I was talking about this actor all day, Laura.
From Netflix?
Vincent D'Onofrio, right?
D'Onofrio. Yeah.
Like, that was his voice. And that was him, like, his hand.
And his voice is so distinctive. It's like, especially with you're like the pro at that. If you hear it, it's like, there it is. Hold on real quick. Trish, we had a question for you. Have you read Good Boy? I'm curious what she thinks.
Of course I've read Good Boy. I actually did a story in the back of the Kickstarter, which was a 2-pager, and it's hilarious. I enjoyed the Good Boy, and can't wait to see more. I know I have a couple of covers for that coming out through different places. So,
man, these dog books are just taking over.
Let me just do all the dog books, man. I did a crypto cover over the weekend, not for like an actual comic, but like one that I drew just because I wanted to own a Stray Dogs blank for no reason. So, you know, I'm waiting for that dog tidal wave to come my way.
Well, that's what he's saying here. He's wondering if Dog Days started like a shit ton of animal stories. But I remember Gunn talking about wanting to do this book so long ago. Remember, Jen, when was that? Like over a year ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had it in the works for a while. So
Trish can do Ace the Bat Hound.
I would do that. In a minute. Give me all the super pets.
Oh. Or just pets. You can do. Remember how we were talking about when we were doing Lucky the PC Dog? How Marvel hasn't done the dog heroes and
I just mean like I'm sure there's an Iron Dog. If not, one could be created. A Hulk dog, just a big green like pug.
Oh.
He just stomps around being goofy.
Yeah,
if it was Penny, you just tempt it with a pepperoni and it would just run around the house.
So Wilson Fisk.
Wilson Fisk, sorry. Yeah.
What's your so everyone has a first with Kingpin. Like, I do remember him from the comics, but my most vivid memory before this actor was from the Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s.
I remember him. I remember him there, but I believe more. Didn't we see him? Did we see him in Daredevil? I seem to remember him there. But Into the Spider-Verse was like the iconic Kingpin to me because he was so big and just over dramatically huge.
Yeah, that's a good one. I debated between that one, Trish, or the Netflix version, which I think I lean more towards the Netflix version just because I like Vincent so much. I think he's such a cool actor. So to me, he became my Kingpin in my head. Him and then Scotty Young's Kingpin. I always think about that cover. I think it's great.
Nice. Well, and then the thing about Wilson Fisk, this is all the iterations that, or not all of the majority.
Yeah, look at that one. His head is so tiny. He
The
just
video
looks
game.
ridiculous.
Yeah, the black one with the black suit.
Yeah, like he just looks so ridiculous.
It's
Like, he
interesting
shouldn't-
too because he's not fat. Supposedly his body is like 98% muscle, like just
Mhm.
pure dense muscle. And
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
I've
This
been
is
meaning to watch that movie. They're saying that you should watch the director's cut, and that's better. And I haven't seen the director's cut of Daredevil with Ben Affleck. Have you guys?
I've seen the regular, not the director's cut.
Yeah.
I heard director's cut is marginally better than what we saw.
Mm.
There's
Well,
more of him.
All right, so go through the panels. What do we got upper left?
That's from the cartoon from the 60s or 70s with Spider-Man and Spider-Woman. But I don't really like that one.
I don't ever remember seeing that one. Like that was the one I was like, wait, what is this right here?
Yeah, he actually unveils Jessica Drew's identity as Spider-Woman.
All right, then what about this guy? Trisha's favorite.
Spider-Verse. That's actually, I think, if you had to ask an average person now that wasn't our age, that was
Yeah,
younger,
like
that would
who's
be the-
Kingpin? They'd be like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the 90s one next to him. And I like how everyone associates him with being a Daredevil villain, but it's Spider-Man. And then the next to that, the very far left, is from the video game.
Yeah, recognize that one.
I like how they're all different variations of a bald or balding guy.
Yeah.
Like, they all have different shapes.
Well, not only that,
These
but all the
evolve.
storylines are so different. Like when you look at the comic book storyline, the origin story versus the show and the movie and everything, there are little differences that you kind of pick up on. But yeah, ultimately, I'm going with the Netflix version. Let's see here.
When I first saw Daredevil Netflix,
Yeah.
he came onto the screen and just spoke. That's it. Like, Kimo is the reigning. And I was really hoping for like a Kingpin spinoff because they've done 2 different series where it's just like a short series for Kingpin. Like you could easily just turn one of those storylines from the Kingpin comics into.
He's not fat. He is muscular, and he's not really ghetto. I mean, he grew up on a farm, and then he moved to New York, and he became if I recall correctly,
Kind of like a thick gangster, right?
yeah, like a mafia boss. I mean, his whole thing was turning crime into a business, which was a different take on a villain that they hadn't done previous to issue 50. All the villains before that were just like your.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny too. Like he's so. Oh, maybe. And the next slide, he doesn't have superpowers. He may be wicked strong and intelligent, but he doesn't have any powers. He's just a guy.
Yeah, I thought man, he kicked the crap out of Miles in Spider-Verse.
It's all mental, right? Maybe it's like some mental too. Like when you see someone that big,
yeah,
it could be like a mental hurdle.
Like, strong.
Yeah, and he hits you hard, and you're just like you imagine him being.
Like I imagine, he hit. I mean, I remember the scene. He smashed Miles in the face, and he flew back a million miles. That's superpower. That's not like.
Well, and he trains with sumo wrestlers. He had it in some of the comic books. He was training with multiple black belts at a time. Every single day he'll train. So he really did hone in on those skills, and he just took the muscle that he was born with and learned how to use it, how to become what's the word, agile?
Yeah.
All right, so name Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin. Powers: extremely physical strength, obviously, right? Massive size. He's a mob boss, possesses advanced concealed weapons, tactical intelligence. Where did he get his tactical intelligence from, Jen? He was studying some other form martial arts.
He read a lot of books. They said that he stole, which I thought was kind of funny. But he had time to. He also the first time he got put in jail, he learned a lot from watching people. But he just I think he's just really intelligent and is. I'm trying to think, what's that word when you can just watch people and be observant?
He's
And
just
take it in.
intuitive.
Because some people can't do it. Some people won't see that, but he sees like the plays, and it like
kind of like Sherlock Holmes does. Like some of his covers, some of my favorite covers of Kingpin have him playing chess. So he's very strategic in his thinking. He's very strategic in his approach to how he handles things. Perceptive. Yeah.
Yes. Good job, the comic book barbarian. Thank you.
Filling in the blanks for us here. Intelligence is high, influence is high, strength very high, durability high, and power's none. But I mean, he does have the nifty cane that can store up the energy and like zap people. So I mean, that kind of counts as a power, I guess. Well, maybe not. I don't know. More of a gadget.
There's they might just tease Kingpin a little bit more in the Hawkeye series, but there's no way we're not going to get him. Like, there's no way. Even did you guys see the if you go back and watch Hawkeye where Maya's dad works is Fat Man Autumn? What? Oh, it says Fat Man on it. And then they keep alluding to a higher power. Even Hawkeye said that the person who's pulling the strings, who will get power at any cost, is really dangerous. And it's like, that's got to be Kingpin.
It's so shitty they canceled the series. It's so shitty.
No, but they're bringing back Charlie Cox because he was in the Spider-Man trailer. And they're bringing back D'Onofrio. So it'll just be a different version. But we still get the two people that I think stood out the most in that series.
No, I agree with you.
Iconic versions of those characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could at least pull those pieces of the universe together.
So here's what Eric's bringing up something I wanted to discuss here. I don't think we'll get Kingpin in Hawkeye. He has a shared property with Sony. I think he can only be used by Marvel if it's related to Daredevil, unless the deal has changed.
But who owns Daredevil now? And with Daredevil was Kingpin, right? So, and then we already got a hand, they've got a voice. So even if they don't show, like, it's him. Like, when you heard D'Onofrio's voice and you saw his hand, you're like, okay, that's him, right? Because before it was Fox, right? Fox owned Daredevil. They put out that movie. And then guess who bought Fox? Like, that's... So unless Sony wants it to take them back to court, but when Fox owned Daredevil, they won Kingpin. Like, they went to court over Kingpin and they won, right? So unless Sony's like, yeah, I want to take on the mouse, I want it back, which I don't think they're gonna do. Do you?
Could you just imagine, like, taking up court's time bickering over who owns a comic book character?
Yes, there's so much money to be had there, man. Like, I mean, it's a gold mine. Like, I would fight somebody to own Stray Dogs completely. Anybody that wants Stray Dogs has to go through us. Yeah, you know what I mean? Wait, do you if you don't mind me asking, do you own Stray Dogs or does Image? That's awesome.
Yeah, the creators keep
Yeah, Image doesn't. That's why I like Image, because the creators get to keep their properties and get to grow their properties and do whatever they want. Basically, the publishing rights, you sign like a publishing rights thing, but not like a ownership rights thing.
So the IP is still yours.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool. Oh, I remember, who was it that just recently switched? Tinian? Tinian? I think I said his name wrong. Anyways, hold on real quick. Glenn said, oh, thank you. Trish, just want to thank you for your art and talent and for inspiration for women artists.
Aww.
You inspired his daughter to start drawing again.
Aww. That's so cool.
Oh, Britt too. Britt started, she bought a tablet.
Oh, tell me how it goes. I literally just got this Surface Pro thing day before yesterday. So I'm setting it up with I'm using it as my on-the-go thing. I was going to go get an iPad Pro, but they didn't have one, so I picked this as an alternative. And it runs full Photoshop and does all the things. And I can stream on it, so, like, you know.
Win. Yeah, perfect. All right,
is it a write-off?
Yes.
Hell yeah, it's a write-off. I mean, yeah. Okay, hold on. We're still getting sidetracked. It's hard when we're like friends,
Yeah,
but we're
Glenn.
also like hosting a show. It's like shit. Get the paper like screen protector as it feels like real paper.
Yep.
That's a nice little trick.
There's like a textured, clear screen protector you can put on, and when you drag your pen across it, you kind of get that like toothy feel, like you're dragging it across paper.
Huh.
It's kind of neat.
Oh yeah, it's important for an artist. You're feeling your
Texture.
you're feeling your craft. Yeah. All right. So first up, guys, most of you are going to recognize the Amazing Spider-Man 50. As we were mentioning earlier, up until number 49, they didn't have any villain. I mean, not on the same level as Kingpin. Kingpin was definitely more of an organized crime master, so to speak. So Jen, tell us a little bit about this one and why it's going for these astronomical prices.
Well, this comic's never been cheap. I mean, maybe even back then. Like, it's always been out of my price range, and I love how as I get more money, this goes up more. So
you're never gonna catch it ever.
Yeah, whenever I start to catch up to it, it goes higher, and I'm like, okay, well, I think I found like a really crappy 1.0 copy, but I'm like, this is good enough. Oh, from 1967, and yeah, a 5.5 sold for 1,500 or a 16 basically, right? I would assume shipping.
Yeah.
7.0 is sitting around 3,399, and then an average ballpark raw sale is 766.
Wow. Out of my price range.
It would be so cool to own this, to add it to your collection. I mean, obviously we know that elements from the story were adapted to Spider-Man 2, including the splash page where it shows him abandoning the Spider-Man costume. So that even that to me kind of makes it like a double win. Don't you think? Because you have the first appearance of this character, but you also have like this huge moment in Spider-Man's life too that are both in this one book. So if I came across this in decent condition, I would go for it.
I don't have that kind of.
Yeah, Chad. Imagine having that book in a 9.8.
I wonder how many 9.8s are even on.
From 67? That'd be really tough.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If there even is.
I would think that there's at least one of some person who just put it away and just never touched it.
Yeah.
Because you hear about people like in filing cabinets, they just put it in the filing cabinet and it gets unearthed. And they get really high grades.
Well, solid cover. And again, this is kind of where you start to see for the next, the 60s, 70s, you're going to see Kingpin and Spider-Man team up versus Daredevil.
There's not a facsimile, but there's reprints of the story.
Yeah, it's on an upward trend, and as Jen was saying, it just keeps on going up. It could be a good like long-term hold, right?
Well, this is PC, right? Personal collection. You're just not gonna you get it, you keep it. Why would you?
It's like get it, you hold it forever, like you know.
You leave it to your children one day, become an heirloom.
I'll pass down my fine china and my Spider-Man comic.
Chad, I think you and I are on the same page. I was thinking the same thing. Whenever I see covers like this, I'm like, what can Bird City do with that? All right, moving on. The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, this is not only the second appearance, but this is also the first cover, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, elaborate a little bit more on this one for me.
This is much more affordable. I like your back of the screen.
Oh, sorry.
It's Hogwarts.
Is it going to my Hogwarts screen?
Yeah.
Hold on.
It like flashes every now and then.
It's like that?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I won't do that.
So this is what I normally do. If I can't afford the first, I tend to go for the second, just because it's usually way more affordable, and this one is. So, yay!
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least the graded comic version, they have an 8.5 as the average, you know.
Really quickly, the last one, Paul looked it up. So there are 7 copies of ASM 50 out of 9.8 on the census.
Wow.
That's more than I thought that there would be.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people. I mean,
7 total. Like I was thinking like 2.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, even Chad's surprised. That's a lot.
So someone 2 days ago got this for $50. So good on them, because the average raw sales are sitting around 100. So for 50, good job.
It's hard to use like that information though without knowing the grading. Like, was it a really shitty copy for $50? You know what I mean?
That's true.
I don't know. Like, yeah. I'm being a downer, but I'm like, a raw comic sounds great if you're getting an 8.5 raw comic at $99. Then it makes sense in my head. But like, if they got a $50 comic and you don't know what the grade was, it could have been crap. So you don't really, you know what I mean?
Still to have it. Like a lot of
That's true.
At C2E2, there were copies of comics that were in not great condition. So going for, I was like, really? I don't want to pay that for that.
It has a detached cover. Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
What do you think of this cover, Trish?
Well, I mean, it's classic. Look at it. I mean, it's got good composition. Kingpin's famous outfit. I mean, look at that thing. It looks like he's about to go, out for a night on the town. Them purple pants.
He's so slick. He pulls it off, though.
Look at his long cigarette. Like the cigarette holder. It's very that time.
Very Cruella DeVille.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
Is that what it reminds you of? Let's see. Anyways, but interesting. I was telling Jen before this, if you own this book for some reason and you just feel like checking this out, on page 10, panel 4, Ned Leeds' hair, the blonde guy that works at the Daily Bugle, it's incorrectly colored red. So it's kind of a neat little side note if you own the book.
Oh, nice. Like an error, kind of, but one they probably never fixed.
Exactly. Hey, Christopher Renstrom's in the house. How you doing, Renstrom? Good to see you. Books are worth what people are willing to pay. That's very, very true. And a couple in here, I think you can basically set the bar, but we're getting there. Before we move on, guys, quick shout out to Cover Price for sponsoring us and providing all the information. And sincere thank you to Trish Forstner, the co-creator of Stray Dogs, for joining the crew tonight, filling in for Lucy. Thanks, Trish. We love you.
Of course. I'm here.
You sound so good. Like, it's such a huge difference from your last one. I know.
Yeah, well, my last one, I mean, I swear it was because I was fighting over the I guess the Wi-Fi card, and it was either bad or whatever. I don't know. I must have just been fighting for bandwidth.
So now Rich is in the other room, just like losing the battle. His show's like flickering.
He's in there. The TV he's watching YouTube videos on's probably freaking out or pausing or skipping.
You win. All right, next up. Okay, we got Spider-Man 70 on the left and The Amazing Spider-Man 83, and these books kind of go together. Jen, elaborate for that?
So this is the cameo appearance, number 70, of Vanessa, who, if you watched the Netflix TV show Daredevil...
she's so good in that show.
Yeah, that actress. We were talking about that actress and how I was like, that's Superman's mom from Krypton in Man of Steel with Russell Crowe. Yeah. For me, when I saw her in the Netflix series, I was like, oh, Superman's mom is going to like Kingpin. But it's her cameo in the 70, and then in 83, it's her first full. And in even in the Spider-Verse movie, like him and Vanessa have this, like, she's a ride or die chick. Right? Yeah. Like, they're just so interwoven. Like, how could you not add her books to his like
lineup?
Yeah,
like they definitely go together. And she's amazing in the series, guys. If you haven't watched the Daredevil Netflix series, there's this one scene, just YouTube it, where they're standing in front of like a white painting.
Oh, Rabbit in the Snowstorm.
Is that what it's called? The episode?
No, the painting.
Yes. I thought what's the episode called though? Shit, I should have looked this up. Yeah. But you see them, Trish, you gotta watch this one scene. Like he's standing in front of this big white painting, which is kind of like a flashback to his childhood in a way because of something traumatic that happened to him as a kid. And the way he describes how this art makes him feel, I think as an artist, Trish, would resonate with you because it takes something that some people might look at it and think, okay, this is nothing, but then it gives it such depth and meaning with his explanation of what his reaction is looking at it, which that's what art is, right? Mm-hmm. Art is what you feel when you look at it. Doesn't matter what anybody else feels. What does it draw out of you? So you need to look up that one scene. I think you would just be hooked off of that alone. And Vanessa's in that scene, and she's gorgeous. Anyway, I'm girl fanning over here. Like when I look at Stray Dogs, I feel so sad and horrified, and like I just want to hug all those little animals. And
Trish is a monster.
Trish is
A monster.
Monster. No, you're awesome. All right, Jen, give us these stats on these.
So the last sale for 6.5, December 5th, was $139.50. 9.2 is going ballpark around $240, and then average raw sales like $83.40. And then her first full is way cheaper. And that's last recorded sale was November 24th, like around $20 because I'm sure they're shipping. 9.4 is $349, and then the average price is usually around $30. But
all right, in number 70, do you even see her fully? Like I thought it was more like a shadowy image versus actually seeing her. So I don't get why that one's.
It's a cameo.
Cameo means shadowy figure in a door or against a wall or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Don't say Jackson Pollock. So Trish, we did a like art homage show on Nearing Nerdvana, and we covered like all the different like famous art homages that have been done. What do you think of Jackson Pollock? And then we'll get back to the show.
Well, I think.
Yeah, like the splattered stuff. Does that do anything for you?
No, but I've seen so many like fan art pieces where people will just run a filter over like whatever screenshot they grabbed or whatever art they're trying to recreate in their own style and call it art. And that's what it reminds me of. It's just like, I mean, it's cool, but...
Did you ever see that Mock in the Middle episode when Hal has that painting that he starts to like splatter paint for, and then it ends up being like this thick, and then it finally gets right, and everyone's like, "Wow, it's amazing!" and like they're just in awe, and then it falls on them. whenever I see that name, my mind just replays it all over, and I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah."
There's always all these like things that show up in my Facebook timeline where it's like, hacks or these artists that like will strategically fill a bucket of paint with like layers of different colors and then swing it around and they call that art. And that's like, I'm like, where's the technique in that, my boy? Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about. The ones where they'll do like eclipses or whatever, and then they'll change it and they'll use the different coloring to create stuff. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I mean, it's definitely a different, but that's kind of what Jackson Pollock did too, though. He would have the buckets with the paint dripping through and swing them across. So he was,
yeah. But like my thing, like, you've got painters that will take like oil paints and kind of carve the design out onto things, and the paint's like that thick. That takes some skill because you're actually applying that down. Mm-hmm. There's nothing mechanical about it. You're not leaving it to fate that you're skillfully throwing your arm this way and paint is splattering or whatever. You're not leaving it to gravity to decide what that art looks like.
Yeah.
You're physically creating it. So maybe Jackson Pollock doesn't do too much for me if you're just throwing paint at a wall.
Well, again, that's the whole point of art. You can like some of it, you can not like some of it, and that's okay. I
can see, like, getting some frustrations out, by way of throwing the paint at something, but I don't need to make that big a mess to get my frustration out.
Just come to boxing with me. It's fun.
Yeah, just gotta knock the heck out of a bag.
No, they made me pick up these ropes, and you had to like take the ropes and like go like this with them over and over, and that doesn't sound hard, but the ropes are like really heavy.
Oh yeah, you got to build some strength up here, right? It does something.
I have none yet though, so she's like, "Oh, faster, Lauren!" I'm like, "I can't go any faster." I'm like, "This is all I can do." I throw up all over the place.
But a good real quick, if you're trying to build up even like a little bit of like, there's an easy thing you can do to build up even a tiny bit of muscle is when you wake up in the morning to do 5 to 10, whatever your max is, but like push-ups. And that's it. All you do is do 5 or 10 every morning. And then you just, as you build the muscle, you can do more and more in the morning. And it's a very basic thing to do. Same with sit-ups. Like you just
Can I do girl ones when I'm on my knees?
Well, in the beginning, yeah. But then eventually you'll do like legit. And then something with sit-ups too. Just bang out a couple crunches in the morning, but not even that many. Like just enough to get your body, like you want to build.
Get a base started. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Sorry, we got a little sidetracked there. Next up, so now this is where you see Daredevil or Kingpin shift from this Spider-Man villain, and he becomes more of the Daredevil villain. Tell us about this one, Jen.
So this is his first time in a Daredevil comic, I believe, and Frank Miller was the one that like brought him over into the Daredevil universe, and then I feel like from here on, people just associate Kingpin and Daredevil, even though technically he's Spider-Man. But this is, you also find out his name is Wilson Fisk in this comic, I believe.
That is correct.
First name mention.
His
81. 1981.
That's when this came out? Nice. Okay. So the storyline, the little synopsis here, guys, he's retired in Japan. Kingpin sends his wife, Vanessa, to New York. And then they end up basically like threatening Vanessa's life, and so Kingpin kind of comes back to the dark side to make sure that she doesn't get messed with, which is super, like, I know it's twisted, but it's romantic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Miller run was best run. I agree 100% on that, actually. That's a very reasonable 9.8. Okay, so stats. We got 55 for the Raw comic and 9.8 for 273. That is reasonable, I think. What do you think, Trish?
Yeah, I mean, for the average collector wanting a notable kind of piece, it's not maybe like the biggest milestone, but it's kind of like a half mile marker,
Yeah.
Kind of I've got this one, but that's one I would probably pick up. It's in the realm of affordability for the casual collector.
Yeah.
As opposed to like a $4,000 comic.
Yeah, Jen does a great job of doing that. She tries to provide like a nice range for all different types of buyers and budgets. It is on an upward trend. I don't see how that would change.
40 years. I was like, that's not right. I'm like, oh, I'm 38.
40-year-old book. Oh, damn, he is right.
Talk about y'all. Don't talk about that.
Oh, man.
I
was thinking like it's 15 years old. We'll just say that. It's 15 years old, right? I'd rather spend $50 in person and look at it than send it in myself. That's $80. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but again, the Raw comic, a 9.8 roughly, or a 9.8 contender for $55.
But I don't think you're going to have a harder time finding a 9.8 in the wild.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Now. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking if you buy a Raw comic, you're probably looking... I mean, unless, like what Jen was saying, it was stored really well.
Well, at this point, there's comic book stores, right? So when those other comics came out, there's maybe like, I want to say comic book stores. Some came out like in 1969, but like in the 1970s is like LCS.
You have newsstands and...
Yeah, newsstands and stuff. But like, but by this time, by 1981, you should be having like they're comic book stores now. So I would feel like this one, there should be more 9.8s of this than of the other ones.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, unless you're going, well, again, maybe you're right. I don't know. Raw books are the best. Graded are too subjective. See 9.8s that should have been 9.2, 9.9s. Oh, that's true. Who was it? I think it was, God, I think it's Comics Elite. It was somebody like that, a big store. I should have said the name out loud, but they got a slab and it was a 9.8 slab, but then they even posted on social media, so this isn't my fault. It had like a rip in the cover, but it got graded as a 9.8.
Did it get ripped maybe getting in the, what if you're that person whose her only job is to put it in bags and they're just like,
ripped it.
They're just like, whatever, it's 9.8. Get out the door.
We should start including this, Paul. I like this. There's only 77 9.8s on the census, so that's a really good price. But there could be some more out in the wild, is what you're saying. Like there's there's definitely more than the previous ones. Okay, let's keep going. All right, next up, we have Kingpin #1. Tell us about this one.
From 2003, and it's his first solo title.
His first solo series before he was on. So this one kind of goes back into kind of like how he became Kingpin, how he kind of approached crime the old-fashioned way, brute force, and how he kind of evolved as the character himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a full set, 1 through 7. The raw comic on this is selling for $10, which I don't know if I'd pay that for it. You can get the full set for like 1 through 7 for like $50.
You can find this still in back issue bin every now and then for like $5 or less.
Yeah, do you think 10's a little bit expensive on this one? A little bit on the high end?
Yeah, I wouldn't pay $10. Like the person who bought it raw for $4.73, like that's probably where but I feel like people are not looking at his solo series. They're going for the other books.
Yeah. Chad's asking if this is a Saad Ribic art. I don't know. I know he did a lot. What were the other ones that I think we're getting to him.
Yeah, we're getting to him because that's pretty cool.
But #7 of this series has one of the chest covers, which I like those too. I think that could be somebody's own little niche collecting if have all the different covers with chess on it.
That would be really actually pretty sweet.
Right? Okay, good. I was like telling Adam, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if your entire wall was chest covers? And he's like, yeah. Anyway. Worth $10 for me all day, Chad Cave said. It does look, I don't have the artists on this one. I thought I had it for all of them, but well, you guys let us know. Okay, so 9/8, we're looking at 190. Now this is one where I would go ahead and take the risk and try to find one raw and then slab it myself.
Yeah.
What do you think of the art, Trish?
Well, who doesn't? I mean, look at him. Intimidating. Looks like you wouldn't want to mess with him. And what's Spider-Man doing? Like,
he's swinging in.
To do what? Looks like a weird angle for him.
It is a weird angle. I'm glad you said it. It's an odd angle.
He just looks like he's going to kick him in the back of the head. Like, what?
That might be the plan, right? That might be the
Maybe.
plan. The names on the top left corner. We got Jones, Phillip, and Jansen. Yeah, I don't see a signature.
He definitely looks like the King of New York here. He's like,
right? Like that is the epitome of a mob boss on this cover.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like what Jen and I were saying, you could probably find this for a little under 10. And if you want to just go for it and get the full 1 through 7 set, you can find those in near mint condition, the full set for about $50. And if you're gonna read the series, this is a good one. All right, and it's on a downward trend, so snag it on the dip. This is a cover that I kind of insisted we put on here because Jen showed it to me, and I'm like, I love it. This, I know, this is Ribic. Yeah? Okay, tell us a little bit about this one, Jen.
Okay, so...
Wait, this isn't Ribic. This is Dave Johnson. Is the cover on this one. Okay, go ahead.
It's too many covers. And it's too many things that are really cool.
Yeah.
So I send the girls, I'm like, hey, pick one out of these. And then both Lucy and Laura pick different ones. And I'm like, whatever, it'll be 11 slides. because there's too many. Like there are so many cool Kingpin covers. To like whittle it down is tough. So I'm telling you guys, just keep your eyes open. He has appeared in numerous other titles besides Daredevil and Spider-Man. Some are really cool, but I will leave that to you guys because I don't think we're going to do a part 2 on this one, right?
I don't know. I mean, but this book, though, this is where he comes face to face with Frank Castle, too. So, like, you see, like, that. I just think it's really clever how they put the Punisher symbol right there in the side. I thought this was a badass cover. If I found this out in the wild, I would be thrilled. But the cover artist here is Dave Johnson.
Okay.
He did the number 20 for this series, too. That Elektra cover where her hair is, like, it's freaking gorgeous. We need to do Elektra eventually.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I didn't. How'd you like her in the Netflix series? Yeah.
Like I try not to criticize too much because I mean I couldn't do any better, but I don't know. I think Elektra always kind of gets What?
Did you like Jennifer Gardner?
No. No, again, I feel really mean because I like Jennifer Garner as an actress. She was great in the Draft movie, but yeah, no. I feel like Elektra always kind of just gets miscasted because it's like they don't understand that character. They don't understand like the depth of her, and she could have a really cool person play her. But anyway, so
especially with Echo and her, like you need to have someone well to play off of, like to do that. But so this price does range. Someone in November got it for $1. Well, $5 shipping, so $6. And then someone else just recently on December 12th got it for 16 plus $5 shipping, so it's like 20. I would say probably check your back issue bins. Punisher comics are plentiful. The M&M Punisher one's really hard to find, right? But just because that's the only sections when I go to comic book stores that I'm like, wow, look at all these Punisher comics.
Yeah, I know there are an unusual amount. Although, Trish, wouldn't this have been cool if it was a Virgin cover, like no text anywhere on there?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, like with or minimal trade and get rid of that barcode off the front and move and get rid of that Max Comics explicit content thing. Stick that junk on the back.
Yeah,
like I could, because you don't need first of all, you don't need Max on here twice, and you don't need explicit content on here twice. Like, geez.
It's redundant.
This cover fell into a vat of redundancy. That's how it got its powers.
You got to look up the Elektra one, Trish. I think you would like that cover. It's a different take. I should pull it up.
But I definitely love this style, like, incorporating a different design into a design, like, kind of layering it like that. I love doing that. I love seeing other people execute that, and it gives me ideas on things that I can do with my art later, or I could try to.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, I would love to see that cover as a minimal trade dress, something like in a thing later. Even without the text, it would be perfect. But if they had to put trade on it, I would take that junk on the upper left out and the junk in the bottom right out.
I'm with you on that 100%. So yeah, the range here is kind of all over the place, but I would pay $20 for this. I just would. But again, I like the art. This is one that when Jen sent it, I was like, okay, yeah, this kind of captures the character. It looks an interesting composition, and Dave Johnson killed it on this one. So I wouldn't mind collecting the whole run.
Did Blind Adam talk about this already? I think it starts around Chad Cave and then H&H Comics. Comment.
It is Punisher Max number 3. Oh, no, yeah. Okay, sorry. Blind Adam, I see that you're in here. We are talking about Punisher Max number 3.
But the thing is, like, the hard part about looking up Punisher Max is it's sometimes mislabeled, right? Because even when I found this image and I found it on certain other websites, on other ones, it was really hard to find. So basically what you're seeing Kingpin, like almost like a slight profile, and then the emblem of Punisher on the side of his face. And it matches the color of his shirt. And it looks really cool, but Punisher Max series and Max Punisher, like even both listings have it switched. So you really have to like see the cover. Like even when I was trying to find sold stuff, they get flipped a lot. Because
yeah.
Like Trish said, like someone was not thinking about Punisher Max and Max Punisher, and it's like, okay, well, how do you make it easier to label? And it's like, nah, they didn't do a great job.
Yeah, they just,
All right, let's see.
Stamp. Done.
This is the one Lucy picked, actually. So it was between those two covers. Jen's like, which one should I pick? And I was like, oh, let's go with this one. And then Lucy went with Spider Island, which is kind of, we didn't make your life any easier.
Well, at least you didn't choose, like, you guys we're like, oh, we like all of them. We're like, oh, okay. At least you guys picked 2 out of them. So, but this I thought was interesting because of the way he's posed as like Spider-Man, but it's Kingpin. So it's super out of character.
Yeah.
2000, it's from 2011. It's the Spider Island Spider Girl #2.
I mean,
We got-
without all the webs, you could kind of see like a sumo wrestler pose too.
Oh, I like that. That's
Oh.
interesting.
So I mean, he
He-
kind of is able to
Like,
move
he's-
like that.
He's ready. He's in position. That's an interesting observation. Huh. Wow.
But I
Trish.
get it. And maybe not hold her at the same time, but but he could. He's super freakishly strong.
That's true. Yeah, this is where you have Kingpin and Spider-Girl kind of team up in this issue. The artists on this one were Patrick Zurcher and Andy Troy. Yeah, again, very, very cool cover. I like the look of it, and I hadn't seen the sumo part of it. That's neat.
That's right, Chad. Could be a defensive lineman too. It's like a football player.
3-point stance. If Kingpin moved like Spider-Man, that would be terrifying. Although in one of the comic books, the earlier Amazing Spider-Man ones, they said that he moved kind of like a big cat. And cats are pretty stealth too. Like I picture him kind of being more like clunky, but he moves.
He would move like a big chunk of a cat.
Do you guys ever see Brock Lesnar in MMA? He was fast for a big guy.
Yeah.
He's
really fast for a thick boy. He can move.
Ace Cable said, I bet he got the dexterity to do that with all the martial arts he does, which is true too. I'm learning. When you do punching, Jen, did you have one hand? I mean, obviously your right was better, right?
I started working on my jab a lot more though, because that you can do like a power jab and there's like tricks you can do. But like, yeah, at first whatever your dominant hand is of course your stronger one. But if you know that you can, because I wanted to be, what's it? What is it when you can use both hands?
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, yes, ambidextrous.
That. I wanted to do that and be able to switch it up on the fly. But you have to like make a conscious effort.
Yeah, I'm definitely right-handed.
I was gonna say, Trish, what do you do with your left hand? Does it just like sit on the table while you're drawing?
No, it holds the Control Z. It's my undo hand. It's my eraser.
It's not amphibious. Oh my gosh.
Amphibious.
That's if you're a lizard and you can use both hands. All right, $6 for the raw comic, $44.95 for the 9.8. Again, this seems like a contender to go find it yourself and get it graded yourself. I mean, although grading's $30, so you're not saving a ton of money. You know what I mean? Like it's almost to guarantee a 9.8 if you don't want to have that worry. All right, let's keep cruising. Guys, I just saw a nice little spike in the views. Welcome into Comic Book Women. If you've never checked out the show, please do. We are here every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Jen, Lucy, and I also host another show called Nearing Nerdvana, which is gaining some steam. We're excited about that one. So if you haven't checked it out, that one goes live on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to get Trish back on Nearing Nerdvana. That's going to happen. And all of her free time. Okay.
Oh, it's coming soon. I'll have some free time soon.
Nice.
Good. That's what we want. All right, here we go. Another really cool cover. I'm biased because I like these chess covers. I think this is very neat. So we got Kingpin #1, the variant. This is the fried pie variant. Tell us a little about this one, Jen.
So this one I found, you can find it between $2 and $5. I would check back issue bins. So yes, it's by Butch Geese.
Butch Geese. Geese? Geese. No, wait, it's probably goose because it's spelled like juice, but with a G. Goose.
So this is from the Civil War II Kingpin run from 2016.
Let's see. Yeah, I was looking up some pricing too. You can find it new and sealed for about $5 plus $5 shipping. So if you're looking for the stats on this one, that's roughly what you're going to be paying for. I looked at some sold information. With shipping, you're looking at about $10. Not bad for a variant. It's not bad for the really cool. I like this cover. I think it's so neat. He's just staring at that king piece like, that's perfect, right?
Yeah.
He's like, it's me.
Right.
So James is right. Like, I would check your back issue bins. Like he said that he's finding them all the time at Second and Charles for about $5.
Yeah, if you're gonna pay shipping, you'll pay another $5 in shipping. But if you can find it in an LCS, you'll save yourself about half the cost there.
I just thought it was cool. I like chess a lot, so like you're saying, it'd be really cool to have, like instead of the bubblegum variant, do the chess variant.
Ooh, we could have a different wall for every different thing. Do a bubblegum variant on this wall. Do a chess one over here. Do an art homages over here.
Yeah, I forgot people like that bubblegum thing.
Yeah, that's like hold on. This
Time
got
to
a
draw
young
a dog blowing bubblegum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another cover you gotta do. What's the Scotty Young cover for this book? Is that the one that I was thinking about?
So this is the one where it's him, but like super up close. So it's like he's taking up the whole entire book.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So Paul, like you're right. That was a close one. I was like, but it's like, ooh, the next one I think kind of it nudges it out.
Yeah, this is a good one though. So yeah, roughly $5, guys, if you can find it in LCS. Otherwise, you're looking at about $10 if you're gonna pay shipping.
Ooh, thanks, James.
Oh, I don't want to give something away, but never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. Anthony would just kill me. I can't say anything. I just got to zip that lip. Yeah, Trish. All right, let's keep going. You're such a bad influence. Guys, if you weren't here earlier in the show, Trish and Tony did the Bird City Comics exclusive for Dog Days #2. And we are going to be dropping the image tomorrow on Instagram and our Facebook. And then it is going to go live Thursday. I highly, highly recommend you go to our site and sign up to subscribe to our newsletter and our text line so you get a little alert when the book goes live. That does help. Because man, Trish, your books just fly. So yeah, make sure that if you haven't already, check out Bird City Comics, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and you will know the second that book goes live.
This one's a good one too. Like
It's
I almost
so
want to
good.
like flash it and just like pull it away really fast.
Hold on. Let me just see if he'll let us get away with that. And come here real quick. Sorry, guys.
You guys did that one time. You just like flashed it, like 3 seconds.
Yep.
Boom.
Hey, do you mind if Trish just flashes our cover just for the 30 people?
We're not after dark. Don't do that.
Okay. Sorry. Flash what? What happened?
Our Dog Days #2 cover. Can we just a quick little flash across the screen?
Yeah, sure. I don't care.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. That was.
People are gonna screenshot that shit. Okay, not my fault. Trish's fault.
That's all right.
I had it ready.
She's my homie. She can do it if she wants.
She can do what she wants. Yeah. All right. So there you go. You got a nice
Okay,
little.
it's gone. I can show it again.
He would never have said yes to me for that. He'd be like, Laura, we have to stick on schedule, blah, blah. But if Trish asks. Okay. So there you go. You guys got literally a little sneak peek of what's going to be coming out on Thursday.
You know, I could just do it and then just sign off real quick and then ghost you for a bit. He wouldn't be mad. It'd be okay.
H&H Comics, don't ask permission, ask forgiveness. I like that. That's a good. All right, let's keep going. Next up, we got Civil War II. Oh, this is the same series, but a different artist, yeah?
Yes, and same comic. It's just this is The Incentive by, how you say his name again?
I think it's Buse. Oh.
No, Asad Ribic.
Oh, yeah, Ribic. This is a good one too.
I really like. I feel like this edged out the Scotty Young.
They're just so different. It's hard to compare the two.
Any Scotty Young's always like, you know, have a light-hearted feeling to me. And this makes me feel like I'm about to get cement shoes. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you, Jen. I think this one's better. I think this one captures the character. I mean, you got a bloody knife on the table.
And the lighting.
The lighting's on point, because when you think of a mob boss, don't you kind of picture him off in like a dark
There's
corner?
always a lot of shadow on them. There's always like a lot of dramatic lighting.
Yeah, for sure. And like I think this one, the detail on it is pretty incredible.
I almost just wish he had like a little cat, you know, or like a little dog.
He's petting on his lap.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this is Asad Ribic variant cover, And what Jen was saying, for $3, this is a pretty good grab, especially if you're a fan of the artist. So Chad, if you're still out there, this would be a good one for you to collect.
This is
Yeah,
the
there
one.
you go.
There's 2 or 3 on this list that I kind of
Oh,
want
thanks, Saggy.
Vincent to autograph. I think this is one of them. I think would be kind of cool, like especially if you did it in gold, like on the wall.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if there was like some sort of like treatment for this where I mean, I wish that like artists could go back and like enhance covers that they really like, take the trade dress off and put like a wallpaper pattern, but it's like gold leaf
That'd be cool.
or something fancy.
I mean, if Jenny Friesen can do certain posters and then do a limited print run, like same thing.
Yeah, I agree. Do a limited print run, but add the changes that you want to make to it. That's a good idea. I'm kind of getting into the collecting of prints anyways. And
It's a shame that like Marvel doesn't let you do anything limited like that. Everything's got to be like, here's 3,000 copies of it. Enjoy.
It does make it rough, both for the artists and the retailers, because you're dealing with such massive quantities. But all right, so let's see here. Let's keep cruising. Okay, this one I think has become iconic to Kingpin. Yeah.
Ooh.
So this is cover G. So you're on Kingpin Volume 2, Issue 1, the variant. This is the cover G incentive. Bill Sienkiewicz. Sienkiewicz.
Oh my god!
Damn it!
No, Sienkiewicz. Oh my god! Now I used to know how to say it, and you said it wrong. Sienkiewicz. Oh my god! Shoot!
Come on! Think about
it.
it.
1 in 50.
Think about it. Yeah.
It's from 2017.
Sienkiewicz.
Yes.
Sienkiewicz. I've always I always mess up this name every single time. Sienkiewicz. Yeah. Sienkiewicz. Thanks, Chad. You're always such a lovely addition to the shows. Gotta love having him on. He always cracks me up. All right, so we're looking at about $45, which I think is reasonable given that it is the cover that most people I think try to find. Really cool splatter going on there, which again, if you watch the Netflix series, that kind of reminds me of some of the beginning. I don't want to say too much. Graded comic, 110 for a 9.6. We don't have any information on 9.8. I'm going to research that.
That black, look at that'd be really tough, right?
Yeah, that's Color Rub City.
Oh my gosh, Trish is learning the game. It is rough when you have black covers like that. There's a lot of room for there to be little nicks, even on the white part of it too.
Some spine ticks here and there. Why not?
Okay, that wasn't a joke. That's how you say it. Okay. No, it's Sienkiewicz. Oh, that's true. Sorry, Paul. It slipped. I'm so bad. I try not to cuss.
We're towards the end. They don't check this far in, right?
Yeah, it doesn't count. Oh,
we're trying to limit swear words so we don't get like.
You're not supposed to swear in the first 30 seconds of the stream, otherwise YouTube gets really mad.
Oh.
So you got to keep it clean for the first minute or two. What do you think of the cover though?
Unleash.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I think that if you're not really looking at it, it just looks like a Jackson Pollock painting. But I mean, I'm looking at the red body. I'm looking at the bloody bodies. That's adding layers to Kingpin here. So, I mean,
this could be a cool Stray Dogs homage,
right?
Put one of your dogs there and just splatter and.
Oh man. Well, I mean, all these people that are obsessed with us drawing the master, it could be the master with all these dog outlines instead.
There you go.
All right. That would be cool.
Oh, that would be cool. See, you take things and you just make them better.
And then his face, kind of like this one, can be mostly in shadow, so you just do a little bit.
And then all you see is the white from his glasses, like the white light reflecting off his glasses. That would be freaking hot.
See, you're visualizing. That's the good stuff about doing these shows. You like get all these really cool ideas. I know, right, James? This is bad. You've never seen this one? I feel like this is pretty popular. No?
I've seen it in a couple, like when people first start making YouTube videos, because this comic came out in 2017, which is around, I feel like the time of the show.
The show came out in 2015.
So like
to 2018.
This started like coming up more, and like I've seen it a couple times. I've never seen it in a back issue bin though.
Okay.
Never.
All right. Well, yeah, there you go,
like
guys.
A fingerprint in his tie, or is it? It looks like fingerprints on his tie too, or it could just be the way that it's crosshatched. But
looks like an eye to me. Oh, wait, are you looking at the red part, or are you looking at the tie?
I was looking at the tie itself.
Oh, okay. You're looking at the tie itself. I was looking at the hold on. Where's my cursor?
It could just be the crosshatching.
That part.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see that. I can see that. I think that's like some sort of like tie pin or whatever. Like, you know, they put like a clip on it. Or some sort of like pin or jewel or something.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, let's keep moving.
Tie. Exactly.
This was my favorite though, because it's the actor.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
So this is from 2018. It's Daredevil issue 612. It's the 1 in 10 Netflix variant. And I would love to own this and then get Vincent D'Onofrio to sign in like a red paint pen.
Yeah, how cool would that be?
In like the black area by Daredevil.
And then get Charlie. Do you have Charlie Cox do a signature by his too?
Yeah, that'd be kind of like a double. That'd be really cool to like. And I know I talk a lot about signatures, but I don't really have a ton. But this is probably one that I would probably.
Like, I like all those comic book covers where they do where it's crossed over into like a cinematic universe or like a TV show or something, and they've got the actor portrayed in some way on it. So, I mean, I think that's a really cool way to have a keepsake or like take it for autograph or whatever. Not that I've done it, but I would, because I know I have some Avengers ones somewhere with actors on them. Or not Avengers, but like, you know, I guess they did like a series of them. But I know I have one at least that has Avengers people on it.
Get a Robert Downey Jr. signature. Weren't they like $400?
It's like $750.
$700. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, oh man, why is it $750? But see, like when I get an autograph from somebody, like I want to meet them. Like I want to meet them and stand there and stare and just
thank you,
dewy-eyed admiration.
Yeah.
And not say a word, because I have no words when I meet celebrities. I just stand there and go.
I would love to stand there and stare at Robert. Just be like, hello.
Hi.
You are just perfect as Tony Stark. And he's perfect as Sherlock Holmes too, though. Like he was in
He has a type.
No, he's in, what is that? Oh my god, hold on, give me a second. You guys keep talking.
Real quick, I wanted to buy this before today's show. And the one I was trying to win sold for $50, and I was like, I want it cheaper. Because whoever got it,
$50,
I definitely would have paid for a 9.2, $25.68. Whoever freaking stole that, I would have loved to get that for $25. Like, yes, please.
Yeah, I agree with you. That would have been. Oh,
thanks, Ronnie. Nice.
Thank you so much. That's very, very cool. You're one of our biggest supporters, and we appreciate it so much. Okay, girls, Lucy's not here, so we got to do it in honor of Lucy.
What does she do? She like
the little dance. The little dance. We're not as good as she is, but she does a little dance.
She like gets into it, and I don't know how to do that.
It's like, yeah, she.
I gotta get shoulders involved. I don't have shoulders.
Shake it a little bit, ladies. Thank you, Ronnie. Though we appreciate that so much. So the artist here, we're looking at Paulo. Whoa. Oh, there's Lucy. Look at, she's dancing at her house wherever she's at. Paolo Rivera is the artist on this one, guys. So yeah,
and I love it when artists can pull off like a minimalistic portrait without like really overdoing it, like with textures and colors and things. Like that looks really good.
It really does. It's very
it's not for you. Like it's him. Like that's a that was really smart of them.
It captured it perfectly too, right? The face on them is perfect. It could be a portrait. Very, very cool. Maybe you can find one. Maybe somebody out there will just hit you up and get you one for under $50, but it is on an upward trend. And now if you're going to see this character coming back, you're going to see it even go even higher. So if you have it, and you're thinking about selling, I would suggest holding a little bit longer. Yeah. Or sell it to Jen now, right, Jen? Sell.
Jen's like, I'm buying, but it's got to be under $50.
Or else
no shipping. No shipping.
Yeah. I think that's like my catchphrase now. Because my sister was like, when we were at the con, I'm like, yay, it's the price. And then she's like, no shipping, right? And I'm like, I don't say it that much. And they're like, we can make a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had more time, I would go through and watch all the comic book women things, because there's certain things that, make compilations of you saying the same thing. I was thinking about you the other day, actually, and I think I would have a whole list of you going, I'm tired, just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Not me?
I'm tired. No, like anytime I ask her how she's doing, that's her answer. And so I thought that would be
I thought that was me. I thought you were talking about me, because I always say I'm tired.
It would work for you too, though. But no, Jen, that's always her answer, is that she's tired. All right,
I haven't been not tired in a while.
Yeah.
My bags have bags. It's that's a style these days.
I don't see any bags. You look lovely, and Jen, you never look tired. You guys always look good
in person, and then you'll be like, okay, you look tired.
It's different in person, right? We're like, damn.
Yeah, when you see me in HD.
So guys, if you're just hopping in, we were talking about this one, and I do think that if you own it, I would hold, and that's what Jen was saying as well, because if this character ends up coming back, which we heard his voice, we saw his hand, it's pretty much in the bag, then you're going to want to keep it. Yeah. It's called adulting. We're all beat. That's very true.
That's right. It do be like that.
Oh man.
Is there one more slide? Yes. Cool. So
I was getting to it. I was like making you wait. I'm like,
so this is the last slide. Have you guys read this yet?
I have not read this series.
Okay.
It just came out though. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it just came out. The one on the left-hand side is the 125, and then the right-hand side, it's missing the red border, but it has a red border on the right-hand side. That's just the normal cover A.
I prefer it without the red border.
Yeah, I like it better without the red border too. It's with the red border, it seems a little busy, but like this looks really nice. So Wilson Fisk is the mayor of New York. He's outlawed vigilantism, and at the end, he says that he has higher aspirations, and you see President Fisk. So the heroes can't actively be out, and he has his own Thunderbolts team. I like it, and I look really I just look really forward. Like, you guys need to read it.
I read a little bit about the synopsis, just preparing for the show, and it does seem really cool. I like the political aspects that's being added to it. Now they have to kind of prove how he got into that position. He must have done something dirty, right? It could have been a integrity wins type deal. But the Lee and Yug is amazing. Somebody was saying that. Paul, 100% agree. That is a very, very cool cover. That's one that I think is worth slabbing if you can get a really nice. This came out on the 8th, so they should still be out there floating around. So grab one.
I mean, there's other covers out there too. Devil's Reign had a bunch of just normal, not store exclusives. Just I say there's like, because there was one that had a lecture on it, but done by Scotty Young. It was like a red cover. There's at least 3 or 4. There's like a piece from Momoko. Yeah.
I feel like for every Marvel series, there's always like a Momoko, and there's always a Scotty, like for every new series, stuff like that.
Just husband bringing me a shot. We're fine.
I was gonna say it's about to get spicy over there.
Take it.
What?
Take it.
Okay. Here you go. Oh, and a Bird City comic shot glass too.
Nice.
Ooh. Anyway, what do you think? So you think this series? Somebody in here is saying the current Daredevil run will be legendary. What do you think? I haven't read it yet. I haven't gotten around to it, but do you think this will be one that you might want to get in on these now while they're still available?
I would say if you, because Christmas is around the corner, if you know somebody that is a Daredevil fan and they aren't currently collecting, this might be a cool Daredevil. This new series would be a good run to get them in on, and then Devil's Reign, like as like, hey, this just came out. There you go.
Yeah, I want this now. That's a really cool cover. In fact, Anthony may have ordered it. I might have this. I don't know yet. I'll have to go ask him. Cussing, drinking. I know I'm not really being a good host tonight. Speaking of which, guys, I will be hosting guest hosting a Dealer Flipside tomorrow night for Aaron Yee. So if you guys have seen that show, it goes live at 9:30.
Something o'clock.
9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to be guest hosting that. And Jen, my girl, she's going to be on the panel. So make sure if you guys have time tomorrow, you stop by and say hi. A lot of you out there stopped over at Comic Book Food Chain for us last week when we slaughtered the guys in Drunko Vision. So thank you for that, and thank you for commenting that you were there because of Comic Book Women. You guys made us look so good.
I was looming in the shadows while I was working.
It was a good show.
I was like screaming at you guys.
It was embarrassing.
I'm like, oh my god.
It was good. Jen was like so good at that one. She killed it, of course, right? She did such a good job.
But I was too into it. I was too competitive and I was too into it. I needed to like take a chill pill and just like relax.
No, I like that enthusiasm. That was what we needed. You know?
Oh my gosh, Ace, they told me that I should wear this. I guess Yee wears a suit sometimes. The one that I was watching the other day, he wasn't wearing a suit. And I was like, well, where am I going to find a female tuxedo? Like, those aren't like just
no. So just borrow one of Anthony's and then just have Ellie go and pin. So that's what, like, when models get put on like oversized clothes, you just get pins in the back to change the way the cut hits you. So the front,
I'll be pinned everywhere. He's an extra large.
So the front you look good, and then the back you're like, well, does Adam? Oh,
and in the back it's a pinned up mess.
It's a pinned up. I actually do wear Adam's clothes sometimes.
There you go.
I'll wear his shirts and I'll wear his. We're almost the same shoe size now, so
there you go.
Jen sure wasn't tired during Drunko Vision.
I woke up. I don't know what happened.
You were like hyper focused. That was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That was scary.
It was fun. We got to have Trish do the next one with us when we do that.
No, I'm bad. I am bad under pressure. You saw me with that dog thing. I knew every one of them. I just wasn't fast enough.
Dude, Tony was ridiculous. Like, he was so fast at everything. It was like, I don't get people that can just think that, like, I'm with you. I know the answers, but like, how do you make the words leave your mouth that fast?
Yeah, like they don't happen. It just is like nothing manifests when I open my mouth. I'm just like, ugh! And then, like 3 seconds, or an uncomfortable length of silence later, then the words come.
You're like, oh, but my point I already lost. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, these ones came out December 8th. So, if you guys have the opportunity to track those down, please do. In the meantime, we're talking about Nearing Nirvana. That show, I can't say too much, but there is some cool stuff in the works. We own that channel. So, Lucy, Jen, and I, all three of us own that channel, and we have a lot of fun there. We bring on guests. We talk about all different kinds of subjects. It's a good time. So, and it's a nice little way to get yourself warmed up before the Hot 10. We go live right before the Hot 10. So check us out there. Subscribe. We're on Instagram, Facebook. I'm just going to say Instagram and Facebook.
Twitter is hard. I like
Twitter is hard. Yeah, I actually agree. That's like, and then Bird City Comics, again, we showed you a little flash earlier in the show, Trish did, of the cover that we will be launching, the Stray Dogs Dog Days #2. She just did it again. That's the cover, guys. Nobody's seen that. That's a kind of a big deal. Nobody's seen that. So you are the first. That'll be going live on Thursday. We're dropping it on Thursday. So make sure that you are subscribed to Bird City Comics so you'll get a little text message like, hey, this book is now live, and a link.
There's some important tidbits on that cover, you know.
Do you want to elaborate?
A first appearance, and the issue features said first appearance of this dog,
which is really neat. We were super happy to have got that honor to be able to do something special on this cover. So I don't want to say too much, but you guys are going to want to be there for that. I think those are going to fly. In the meantime, Trish, we'll start with you. Where can everybody find you?
At Trish Forstner on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I try to do a little bit of art here and there on Instagram as I'm able to. Turns out I've got a bunch of remarks to do soon, so I'll probably be posting some of those up. And I just got a notification I'll be doing more remarks for a charity cover I did for Good Boy.
Oh,
I have a freak ton of those to do too.
I like how she's more PG. Freak ton.
Yeah, but money for charity, that's what it was. And that's why it exists this way. I took on the work because we got to get dogs to veterans and, you know, all that good stuff. I think that's what that one was for. We do so much for charity, so it's like, you know, which one am I doing this time? I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. And yeah, so Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, I post when I can, and I'm more active on Instagram more lately than usual.
Because your Instagram's been blowing up.
It actually
You guys,
has. Like,
she's being modest. Her Instagram, like people, if you're not following her, like what are you doing with your life? Like you need to be following her.
I posted some stuff on Instagram from Ocean City Comic Con, and I got like 200 likes or something on it. I'm like, hell yeah, get it.
That's awesome. And do you have any other cons coming up? Lucy's asking.
I will not be at any cons. I don't have anything planned into January yet, so I'm using it to catch up because I have 300 CGC commissions to do. Everybody's been asking me what their status is. Yeah. They are going to be moving very soon.
You got to come to the Phoenix Fan Fusion. I think they pushed it back to like May or June, which is just fucking awful in Arizona. Which is really bad in Arizona. It's like wicked hot. Like I'm talking like 120. But we can meet again and hug again and go out and eat and drink and it'll be fun.
Yes. I'm trying to get a plan together for some travel next year. So anything that I can kind of, you know, put together, not necessarily con related. I mean, I just want to get out, go some places.
Yeah, come to Phoenix. I mean, we got like a Walmart. It wasn't that bad. When did you come out, Jen? When was it?
You got the heat.
What month?
June.
So you came out in like the thick of it, though.
It was forking hot. I like forking from a Good Place.
Yeah,
forking.
Holy forking shirt balls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she came down. Trish, listen to this. This is what a noob she was to this region. She's like, I'm gonna go camping outside, and Lucy's like, you're gonna die. She's like, do not do that. You will dehydrate and die by morning. And she's like, yeah, that'll be great. But then they decided
we had a campsite planned. But it was so hot, and then we stayed in the hotel. But the next day, we wanted to see where we would have slept, and there was like a swarm of bees in our site, and I'm deadly allergic to bee stings. Oh. So I'm like, I'm so glad we didn't sleep here because that would have been bad.
So you would have died of heat exposure and bees. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Probably a scorpion too. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's you don't camp during that. No. And she's like, it'll be fine. I'm from Chicago. I can do it. Yeah, nah.
That'll be fun. They said.
They said. So, Jen, what do you have coming up?
I probably should do another Whatnot sale soon. I do have stuff left over from C2E2 that I'm probably going to do a sale for.
Solo Wookiee's mad at you.
Oh, I have to write him back. He started playing Jedi Fallen Order, and he fell into the rabbit hole of that game. Is amazing. If you guys haven't played that game yet.
Wait, what is it?
Jedi Fallen Order.
No.
It's okay. If you liked playing the Batman games, like Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, because you're Batman, that game, you are a Jedi. And you get to go to Sorry. You get to go to Darth Maul's planet is
no idea.
Oh, it's the same planet. Yeah, it's why am I blanking?
What's the planet, Jen? What's the planet?
Mustafar is the one.
Tatooine.
No, not Tatooine. That's
That's the only one I know.
my sister's. Oh my God, what is it? Dathomir. Yes, thank you, Solo Wookie. Gosh darn it. So you get to go there and you get to make your own like double-sided lightsaber, but like you have to. Oh, it's such a good game, and then to watch the cinematics and it world builds like crazy.
Look,
And
they all know.
Thank you guys. I can't believe I
They'll call you out.
forgot. Darn it.
Wow.
I knew it wasn't. I know Moose for something else. Like, yeah, but it's a great game, and he finally got to. Now he's all on it. I keep meaning to text him, but I keep like, what is that?
What's that? Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Is it a drink?
He's a Gigantamax Pikachu.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
he's super
interesting.
cute.
He's my like new desk toy. I have too many things on my desk. But
Oh, I wish you could flip the camera. I want to see what your desk looks like.
oh no, it's a mess right now.
Mine's very clean and orderly because I'm psycho. I even like my keyboard to be straight. I'll go into Anthony's office and his keyboard will be like this. Like, that's psychotic, isn't it?
Well,
Like, your
No, I
keyboard-
can't. It's got to have like both of the things up.
Yeah.
It has to be straight, and your mouth has to be straight, and everything has to be straight. Okay.
My life ended because Jen got me cracked out on the game.
It's such a good game, and there's so many aspects to it. Like even if you finish it, and some stuff, like I couldn't get past right away, and I got so frustrated because you're like, so then I put to easy, and I still couldn't get it, and I'm like, I need to take a break. I need to just back up.
Wait, is this PC or is this like Xbox? Like, what are you playing on?
On PS.
Oh, PlayStation.
Okay, but there's an Xbox one though,
There should be.
because like Xbox is the only way to go, right?
I used to be Xbox, and then my brother made me get into PS.
I'm a PlayStation
my sister-
girl.
my-
Sorry.
No, PlayStation's the iPhone to Android, and Xbox is the Android.
Oh yeah.
Xbox
Because
is
they're on
basically a PC. Like, I mean, I could play Xbox games on this thing if I wanted to.
That's true. There's a lot that you could do on this. The ice slides were a bitch. The ice slides.
Yeah, so there's a couple there's so you get to go to different planets, and that's cool too because you get to be on the ship. You get to it's on PC too. Yeah, I can play. But I haven't played it on PC though. That's interesting.
It gives you better accuracy, like, and you're faster. And
Oh, it's interesting.
I could never I'd have to have a controller because I could never finagle like playing with a mouse and a keyboard.
right, like I play Fortnite, and these Fortnite people, you can tell if they're PC players because of their accuracy is insane. You'll be running across the map, and somebody will snipe you, and you're like down in one
I
shot.
have a hard time picturing you playing Fortnite. Like, I don't know.
You called the other. I was playing.
I
Fortnite.
called yesterday and you were playing Fortnite, and I'm like, Laura's playing Fortnite. I feel different about this. I don't know why.
I'm actually really good, to be honest. Like Anthony's like, we gotta stream on Twitch because like we'll play squads. It's Tim, Anthony, myself, and then Anthony's brother Emilio. And let's just say a regular person gets like 3 to 4 kills. Earlier today, I got 11. So like,
What?
I'm kind of good at it. Like it's like I don't want to brag or anything, but
I think I signed up for Near Nerdvana has a Twitch channel.
do you want to live stream us playing a video game?
I
We
don't
can do yours.
I'm not.
Oh boy.
Well, you sound like you're freaking amazing. I just like playing Fallen Order and just going back and just exploring and stuff.
Well, we could just play it for fun, and then
I feel like, did you ever The Office with Karen and Jim?
which
I
one?
feel like if I tried to play Fortnite with you, I'd be Jim, just jumping in the corner, getting out of the corner, and then
Yeah,
you
like
just
I can't, and then you just get.
I would be very patient. I'd be very, very patient. Like I'm not like the
you
best.
could turn
but-
around, and then I'd turn around, and you'd be like,
Now, if this was N64 and we were playing GoldenEye, I might be able to, hang.
"Oh,
But
GoldenEye! That was so much
Like-
fun."
if this was like that time where I could play GoldenEye, like that was my jam.
Or we could do Battlefront. That's a Star Wars game that I'm
That's
pretty decent
true.
at.
Not a shooting game. How about we do a nice game like Mario Kart?
Mario Kart ends friendships, man.
I know. I'm thinking the same thing, Trish. I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know, because like Mario Kart, if you throw like a shell at me or something, man, it'd
Did
be
you just throw the blue shell? I'm out.
What's with the bananas? Yeah, but we could do that. That'd be fun for a Near Nirvana show too. Get all the girls on and we can stream our screens, but that's a whole other thing. Okay, I think we're done. Sorry, we went on a little bit of a tangent.
Sorry. Again, we always tangent when I'm here. Like,
it's your fault.
It's my fault. We run over. I'm sorry, guys.
Thank you for coming on the show. We love you. You make it so much fun, and we are very, very proud of you. So you guys make sure that you are following Trish on Instagram. If you are not already, you're crazy. Follow her on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She has a lot of cool stuff coming up. Follow Bird City. Follow Jen at Comic Aficionado for when she does another Whatnot sale. She killed it on this last one. We were super proud of her. She has some good stuff from C2E2 and nice game like Mario Kart. They're laughing at you. And yeah, check out Deal or Flipside tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Jen and I will be on that show for the first time ever. So that'll be exciting. Okay, I think we're done. Have a good night. Bye.